Hey, everybody. Here we are. Heck. Uh, do I have the right things up here? I'm not sure if I do. Just need to get some music up too. That looks like it's going. Ah. Time kind of got away from me there. Alright, a little bit of Eddie South. When he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Yeah. It's almost like spring weather outside today. Yeah, I gotta get the window back up. Sang this in a grade school music class. There we are, there we are. Welcome along, everybody. Hey, Cindy in Detroit. Anybody I might have missed while I was getting the windows properly up? Hey, Marie, Marion, Mona, and Jim. Hey, Todd. Hey, everybody. Oh, I made a whole mess out of this. I really have. Hey, Todd. Hey, Susan. Hey, Diane. Hey, everybody. Hey, Grandma Belle. Thought I'd just kind of show off what we had at the archives yesterday. I should probably close that curtain, too. Hey, Tom. Hey, Timberly. Hey, Lynn. Pigs were checked for both tuberculosis and trichinosis. Question from last night. Interesting. Yeah, 50s and possibly 60 next week. That's just too warm. But it will help for Find a Grave Friday in a couple of days. Wake up, you sleepyhead. School's ready to live, laugh and be happy. What? This shirt is Antarctigo Vespucci, band that I saw in Brooklyn the other night. One of my favorite bands. They haven't toured in a few years. I've never gotten to see them, so caught them in Brooklyn. Morning, Karen. And Karen. So yeah, I'm not really as dressed up as I normally am right now. Just got my first New York itinerary of the year. We're seeing 3 shows, including maybe a Happy Ending, which I haven't seen, and the Michael Jackson show that I haven't seen. This music right now is Eddie South, the violinist we talked about the other day, who played where Lost Eras Antiques is now. This is an album he did with Mike Simpson on flutes. It's all songs about birds, kind of a concept album. And I almost bought it one time. I don't know why I didn't. I didn't know about Eddie South at the time. I just saw it. I liked the cover. And now it's been sold. Dusty Groove no longer has it in stock. I did, however, for just a couple of bucks, pick up this Eddie South chess record session. It's only like enough for one side. The side 2 is like a compilation, but it's Eddie South's, probably his final recording, with organ and everything. Very much a chess record sound. Hey, Dad. Hey, everybody. Well, all right. Let me just show you guys a little bit of what I found at the archives yesterday. Yesterday was an archives dig kind of day. Let me just scroll down a little bit. Got a few things up here. We'll back up. So, this was the pile of stuff awaiting me at the archives. I had some stuff related to Maud King, who married the much older James King. Then eventually there was a whole thing where she said that he had another secret will that he had hidden away because he was afraid of somebody's ghost, the ghost of somebody who was not, in fact, dead at the time. Found some stuff related to his probate. There wasn't that much in that, but also some stuff about Celia Wallace, the Diamond Queen, and the Weldon Cobb divorce. Weldon Cobb, shortly after claiming that he had, after faking his own death in the newspapers, got married and then was married to a woman named Florence Cobb for 6 weeks before she left him. That's what's laid out right here. There's not a lot of particular details in that one, though. Not too much I can really tell you. It didn't really clear too much up for me. Then the James King one also was mostly stuff from 1905, 1906 after he first died. There were only a couple of documents from later on. I think there may have been like other lawsuits about this. But sometimes mixed in to the legal archive stuff, you also find things like telegrams. Like here's a Western Union thing. Look over on the left. You can see this is pinned together with an actual pin, not like a paperclip or a safety pin. You see this a lot in the archive, stuff that is literally pinned together. So this is the Western Union building at Jackson and LaSalle. So right about probably where that place with the Federal Reserve is now. The place with the money. And yours Dynasty has Steve St. Paul and all rights delivered and accepted. Chemical National Bank. Really, it's mostly pretty mundane stuff like receipts in that folder. But then we came along to Wallace and Wallace. Now, you remember Celia Wallace. Celia Wallace was the Diamond Queen, the third wife of John S. Wallace. Had one son by him, divorced him, as seen here, and then after his death, and after her son's death, got most of the money anyway, and ended up buying lots and lots of jewels. She had a tiara with an opal as big as a pigeon's egg. She had the second largest diamond in the country. She's now mysteriously buried in an unmarked grave in her ex-husband's plot. So first of all, I got some stuff from the divorce file. I haven't had a chance to wade through it yet, but the really big one was Wallace versus Wallace. This is a different Wallace versus Wallace. This is really like Celia versus Frank Wallace, and it was a bit of a mess, really. But you can see here, this one's actually like strapped together with steel and wax. This one was really hard to get open, honestly. I did the best that I could trying to put it back together later, but this was a case where after the death of John S. Wallace, after everything had been distributed, it turned out that one of his daughters, Cythera, with his first wife, had a letter from him indicating that her mother was not her biological mother. She'd always thought that John's first wife was her biological mother, but it turned out that her biological mother was the teenage maid that the two of them employed. From what I can gather reading it, Sarah Wallace was lying sick most of the time, so he carried on an affair, possibly because he just wanted an heir. So that teenage maid was named Jane Slover, and they actually ended up tracking down Jane Slover for this. Because there's a very weird thing here that even though John S. Wallace was Cythera's biological father, he had never formally adopted her, which apparently you needed to do at the time based on the old paternity and maternity laws at the time. He immediately acknowledged her as a daughter, raised her as a daughter, said that she was to be his heir, but never really wrote a formal instrument to that effect, which led to this massive paperwork. This one is about 100 pages. They tracked down Jane Slover, who is now known as Eliza Jane Matthews, and sat her down for a very long deposition that was really, really difficult to scan. As you can see, it's many pages and it's folded over like in 3 or 4 folds. So just holding it open for each page with a couple of paperweights ended up being a physically exhausting activity. Very difficult, this one. I'm still going all the way through it. There's not only a testimony from her, but also another testimony from somebody who knew them at the time. And then a whole nother lawsuit with Harry Monroe, father of Harriet Monroe, the founder of Poetry Magazine, who was involved in a trust suit with the Diamond Queen as well. Now, what happened to the maid is about a year after the baby was born, she got married and moved to Kansas. That's pretty much it. I haven't really had a chance to go through all of this stuff yet. I noticed they're asking for salacious details that probably were not really relevant to the whole situation. But very fascinating stuff to read. It was a lot of work to do for something that maybe be 1 or 2 lines in the Graceland Cemetery book. But, we might end up working some of this stuff into the Patreon as well. You can see the link to that right down below. So, big day at the archives yesterday. I haven't had a chance to go anywhere near all through the stuff, but so when I'm there, I really just have to kind of scan it and move on and not waste too much time actually reading it while I'm there. It's a lot easier to just read things later on. But all right, everybody, thanks a lot for joining me. I'm Adam for Mysterious Chicago Tours. Tomorrow, we are going to be doing Uptown Tales. I haven't done that one in over a year, so I thought we would break that one back out. So everybody, thanks a lot for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for another morning mini tour and the full-length Thursday night tour Uptown Tales. See you all soon. I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago Tours. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay spooky.